What's up, everybody? It's Chris, Aero Vapor, Christopher DAV1D, whatever you want to call me. Today I have a review on a cartomizer, specifically a CE2. Everybody knows what a CE2 is. I personally have always hated CE2s just because I can never get them to work properly for me. I don't mind fiddling with e-cig stuff, actually like to fiddle with stuff, with mods and such. But all the fiddling in the world in the past for me has not gotten me anywhere with CE2s. Might get a good draw or two, and then it's that crappy, flavorless, burned wicky kind of taste. So I ordered the new variable voltage Ego pass-through from Got Vapes last week, which is right here. I'm going to review that later. In the midst, I saw Deluxe CE2, new and improved, blah, blah, blah. So I said, hey, can you throw one in there? I'll review it. I'm kind of curious to give it a shot. So I get it, hook it up, throw juice in, don't alter it at all, start taking hits. Immediately, you know when you're going to get a good hit, because if you're vaping, say, a sweet juice, while you're drawing in, you get that strong sweetness on your tongue, and when you're not going to get a good hit, you get like no flavor on your tongue. So immediately I start to get that strong sweetness on my tongue, so I know I'm going to get a good hit. And it was incredible. So I'm vaping it and vaping it. After a while, I started to chain vape, and I started to get to the point where I was getting some minor, like, wick taste, where you're not getting a lot of flavor through a CE2. So here's what I did, and this is the only thing I did to alter it, which everybody knows this tip, but you take the CE2, take the mouthpiece off, take the inner ring. Yeah, I see. Inner ring off, and then with the plug, just where the wick is at, go underneath the plug, push against plastic hard. You're not going to break this plastic. It's a new hardcore tube they got on here. So push against, above the wick, under the rubber piece, and slightly start to pull up. Now here's the trick with that. It's best to do it when you have juice in these. And here's why. Even when you tilt it up and you only, say you have a half a CE2 filled, some juice is going to naturally stay by the wick. So if you do it with juice in there, as you're pulling back the rubber stopper, you're going to start to form a bubble in the size that you've pulled it back. So if you've pulled it back 1/100 of an inch, you're going to get a bubble that's 1/100 of an inch big. Doing it that way, you're going to keep yourself from pulling it out too much, because you could see by the bubble exactly how much you've backed it off. So that's a lot easier than without juice trying to guess, did I pull it back enough? Is it too much? Because if you pull it back too much, obviously you're going to flood the inside and lose your juice to the middle, make a mess. It's going to be gurgly. And if you don't do it enough, you're not going to get a good draw like full of juice. So the trick I've found that makes it the easiest is do it with juice in there, and you'll see exactly how much you pulled that stopper back. Now, I'll be honest with you, I probably didn't even have to do that to these CE2s. They're working that well for me. But by doing that, I've gotten even more juice and even better hits out of it. Yeah, I see. My kid's just driving me nuts here. So let me take one more hit. I have this on 3.7 volts. I'll even show you what this looks like on 3.2 volts. This is 2.5 ohms, and this is 3.2 volts. Just excellent vapor coming out of this. Excellent, excellent vapor. I'll say I never thought I would ever use CE2s. Once every month or so, I'll pull an old CE2 out of my drawer because I want CE2s to work for me so bad. So I'll pull one out, I'll try it, and I'll always get that crappy, dry wick taste. With this, I am getting incredible flavor. My new all-day vape is Gooey Better Cake from Kickbass Vapor. Has this awesome, like, incredible, like, gooey cake, delicious flavor. And you get every undertone and every piece of flavor out of the CE2. This may be a fluke. I have 3 CE2s. I've tried 2 of them. I'm getting the same production out of both of them. I'm hoping they're all gonna... Yeah, I see. I'm hoping they're all gonna be that way. Because so far this thing is treating me excellent. I love it.
I see, guys.
Yeah, I see. So I am thoroughly a CE2 convert if this stays the way it is. Now, it is a little bit of a juice whore. It will eat your juice up, like, a lot. But I don't mind that. The more juice it's using, to me, the better hits I'm getting, the better flavor I'm getting, so that doesn't bother me at all. I love it. Let me take one more hit.
See, guys. See, guys. See, guys.
Yeah, I see. So, excellent flavor. I have this one in 2.5 ohms. It's actually 2.4 to 2.6. This happens to be 2.5. Yeah, I see. Shh. This one is like a neon green. One of the other differences with these new CE2s is how the bottom is sealed. It almost looks like there's an O-ring in there, and then the tube is pushed over the O-ring. It's not at all loose. You have to really pry it back and forth to get it off of there. But you could feel where the tube starts to get bigger here because it's like pried onto it. And then the other difference with these CE2s, like I already mentioned, is the tube is completely different than the other ones. It's a lot thicker, a lot more durable. No matter what you do to it, it always bounces back to the way it was. On the GOP Vapes site, Chris actually smashed one with a hammer and the thing worked fine. So, I don't know why I like this so much. I'm not sure why it's working well for me. I pulled out an old CE2 after this started working for me. And I even messed with it, I fiddled with it, I tried to vape it, and I got that same crappy vape that I've always gotten from a CE2. No matter what tank you put it in, no matter how you vape it, it was that same crappy vape. Don't know why this is working so well for me. As far as I could tell, the wick is the same as it was. It says new and improved, but it looks like the same fat wick. So, I'm baffled of why it's so working so well for me. I would never ever think that I'd be satisfied with vaping a CE2, but for the last 3 days, this is all I've vaped is the CE2. They have them in green, clear, and then they have this, I don't know if this is going to come across on camera because I have terrible lighting right now, but they have this like black charcoal one, and it's still see-through, it's just like a charcoal color. And both of these are 1.8 mil CE2s. That's about all I got. Again, don't know why it's working so well for me compared to every other CE2 I've ever tried in my vaping life. But don't look a gift horse in the mouth. For whatever reason, these are working incredible, and I am going to stick with it. I bought a box. All I can do is pray that they all work the same way. Take one more hit, and I'll let you out of here. Tons of vapor, and that's at 3.2 volts. Tons and tons of vapor. Make sure you subscribe, hit me up. Another review I got coming up is for my Ego variable volt pass-through. Excellent, loving it. So stay tuned for that review. Aero Vapor, Christopher DAV1D. Hit me up on ECF. Keep on vaping.